If you don't have the ability to make these quick decisions based on intuition, mostly confidently, then you will miss out on so many opportunities because you see dangers that aren't actually real. Confidence, a feeling of self-assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's own abilities or qualities. I am Magnus Carlsen. I am from Norway. I'm a chess grandmaster. I'm 27 years old. I am the #1 ranked chess player in the world and the current world champion. Chess is a very difficult game. It's very hard often to know whether you're making the right decision or the right evaluation, but still it's important to have confidence. Often in chess, when you calculate a line, sometimes you miss something, but it turns out later down the road that that was not important, and your intuition told you to make a quick, confident decision was actually right after all. I think the first time I started to be really confident in chess was when I was 17 years old. Before that, I often had too much respect for my more esteemed colleagues. My game against Kasparov in 2004 when I was 13 is a prime example of my lack of confidence at that time. I spent way too much time calculating variations that weren't actually dangerous. Naturally, he was a much stronger player than I was back then. There was no doubt about that, but in that particular game, if I had actually believed very seriously that I could beat Kasparov, then I probably would have managed. But when I was 16, 17 years old, I got into the level where there was no higher level. I was playing against the best players in the world, and I discovered very quickly that in order to not just draw them but to beat them, you have to have the belief that you can compete with anybody, and that was the first time I really found that. And within a few years, I was completely convinced, rightly or not, that I was the man, that I was the best. It's often very difficult when you lose. For me, I just need to somehow be able to strike back. I need to get a win right after a loss or a disappointing result, because if these bad results linger, then it's just going to take a lot of time to get your confidence again. I would say that I've never been very good at losing. I hate losing, and I don't handle it very well. And I always cope with it by thinking that, yeah, I should be better at not losing instead of being better at handling. So my basic conclusion would be that you have to trust yourself. You have to trust your instincts and your experience accumulated over many years. If you're not able to do that, you're not going to go very far. It's better to trust your gut and be burned sometimes than to always second guess yourself.